So welcome to Exeter City, Max. You've been here for a few weeks now. We've managed to track you down to speak to you. I mean, how's it been? It's been a bit of a whirlwind start, I assume.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm very delighted to be here, and it's an honour to be working for such a big club. And as you say, yeah, it has been a whirlwind to say the least.
You know, Matt Taylor leaves just before you start. I mean, how was the welcome for you with the rest of the staff? Yeah,
well, the staff and the players have been brilliant, if I'm honest. And then just in terms of Matt, obviously, like I've heard that he was obviously excellent at what he did, and so it's no surprise that he managed to get a move to a Championship club with Wayne. But yeah, that's football, and as I say, like it's been really good with the players and the staff. They've welcomed me in, and I feel like I've settled in already, and it almost feels like I've been here for a few weeks prior to that. So yeah, it's been really good.
And obviously, Kevin Nicholson's been with the club for quite a few years now and has a lot of experience. So while he's been running the ship, I guess he's been helping you out a lot.
Oh, he's been brilliant. Yeah, he's been absolutely brilliant. As it almost feels like he's already been the manager for a while. He's guiding the ship almost. He's really helped me settle in. Makes me feel like I've been here for longer than I am, and I feel, as I say, really welcomed and comfortable to be here.
And you moved quite far to sunny Devon, as it is today. I mean,
yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about your career so far and how you ended up at Exeter?
Yeah, so I'll sort of take you back. I studied sports science at the University of Essex, and kind of when I was there, I did an internship with the first team at Colchester. After that, after I left uni, I then went into a little bit of personal training to kind of build on my gym experience, and then sort of in line with that, I did an internship with the first team at Crawley Town, so I've had a little bit of Football League experience prior to that. And then following that, I then went into the academy set up at AFC Bournemouth, and as you may know, like the academy down there is brilliant, and it was really good to work there. I learnt a lot there. So after doing the sort of sports science and strength and conditioning stuff at Bournemouth, I then managed to land a role as the head of sports science at Bromley. Obviously Bromley is where I'm from, so it's quite a change to have lived 5 minutes away from work to then sort of packing my life and coming all the way down here. But yeah, no, my time at Bromley was really good. We got to the final of the FA Trophy, where we beat Wrexham at Wembley. So yeah, that was really good. And then from there, decided to, obviously the opportunity here came up, and I thought it would be a really sort of positive, move in my career. It's a really sort of exciting time to be here as well, obviously with the club being League One and with such a positive start. So yeah, I'm absolutely delighted to be here.
And aside from the football as well, what have you made of Exeter and Devon itself? I mean,
to be fair, I don't think I've actually seen much. I've obviously just I've been staying in like a kind of a house share recently, and the only thing that I've actually really seen of Exeter is the drive between my house and the training ground. So I think this is only the second time I've been to SJP as well. So yeah, my girlfriend's just come down for the night, and we've got a few things planned over the next few days, so hopefully I'll actually get to see a little bit of Exeter. But I have been here on holiday a few times, not Exeter, but sort of Devon in general, so I've heard good things, yeah.
And can you just, I guess, run us through a bit about your role here and the responsibilities it entails? Yeah,
so I'm kind of the lead first team strength and conditioning coach and sports scientist, so what that sort of entails is, in terms of the strength and conditioning stuff, I'll take a lead on like their gym work, so that's where we'll develop the players' strength, power, robustness, and we'll try and transfer them qualities onto the football pitch. And then in terms of like the sports science stuff, so essentially I'm looking at the load monitoring of the players. I'll like plan the week, periodise where we should be doing particular things, where we should recover the boys, where we should be pushing the players in certain areas in different physical metrics. And then the other sort of stuff I'll work on is try and decrease the likelihood of soft tissue injuries, so kind of working on their injury prevention strategies. And essentially I work very closely with Gaz, obviously who's the physio, on like the late stage rehab kind of stuff. So if a player is nearing return to the setup, to the sort of the match day squad, then essentially I've got to try and develop the fitness of the player to be able to cope with the demands of the game. And yeah, so it's as I say, it's quite a busy role, but yeah, it's something that I'm really buying into, and it's really good for me, yeah.
You spend all your time with the guys as well. They're such a close-knit group, aren't they? And how have they welcomed you in? Yeah, as I say, they've been absolutely brilliant. I think MJ touched on it in an interview the other day about how sort of the club is so together at the moment. There's a real good positive feeling around the place. Like it's, as you can imagine, it's probably quite a lot of chaos going on at the moment, because I think it's something like Exeter have had 2 managers in the past 15 or 20 years or something, so it's pretty unknown for everyone, and sort of for me as a new person to come into that, it's kind of been a bit of carnage for me as well. But yeah, I think the boys have been really good. As I say, they've made me feel welcome. They've kind of bought into what I'm bringing. Obviously over time I'll drip feed more of my stuff in, and I don't want to sort of change too much too drastically, because
obviously they've known set routines for a certain way, and it's got them to a good standard and a good level at the moment. So it's kind of a thing where I drip feed my stuff over time. But yeah, they've been absolutely brilliant. I couldn't speak more highly of them.
And with the club getting promotion last year and making such a strong start to the season, you must be working with really confident players, which must help.
Yeah, well. I mean, so I think obviously the win at Barnsley was brilliant. The boys were excellent there, and I think obviously even with the Tuesday game, the scoreline didn't really reflect how the game should have played out. I think we actually should have got something out of that game. So the boys have been really positive, and they've been really good with their performances, and I'm sure that with time we'll start to turn some of them positive performance into good results as well. So yeah. And
we saw on Tuesday, I think it was, that you took the guys that played to Woodbury Park for recovery session. I guess it's important that this is how modern training techniques work and stuff. It's not, people may expect them to be on the pitch 4 or 5 days a week, but that's not necessarily the case in these busy parts of the season.
As I touched on, that's kind of part of my role, so I'm sort of involved in the planning of the week. So it's all well and good sort of blasting them on the pitch and giving them all the training that we need, but essentially they need the time to recover as well. So obviously we've stepped up to League One. I think we've really noticed a big sort of step up in the physical demands of the game. So obviously with that step up in demands, you need to increase your recovery more to be able to realise the potential of the training that you're giving them as well. So yeah, big credit to the guys at Woodbury. They've let us come in and use their sort of pool for recovery sessions, and hopefully that's something we can continue over the season.
And I assume your work with the players is kind of tailored to individuals as well. It's not kind of like a one.
Yeah, no, 100%. So we individualise pretty much everything. That's kind of one of the approaches that I take in terms of the gym stuff, and definitely with their conditioning as well. So obviously different players will have different demands. Like a centre back, for example, is going to have different running demands to a wing back. So you kind of have to tailor their physical programs to match what they're going to be doing in a game and make sure they're ready to meet the demands of what the game's going to throw at them.